Right, so if you're looking for a new pair of AirPods, then this is the video for you, because we cut through all of the clutter and don't tell you just long specs and technical details, but we also discuss what they mean for you and your hard-earned money. Right, and we do this as a conversation to try and bring out the different sides and be truly unbiased, right? Okay, so what are we waiting for? Let's get into it. Before we even start, bro, whenever I watch tech reviews, I always wish that someone would just put a simple, great summary up front rather than making me painfully figure it out as they ramble on in the video. Okay, then here it is, the TLDR. Apple sells 4 kinds of AirPods to us. There's the regular AirPods with noise cancellation, Pro AirPods, and the AirPod Maxes. They're priced in dollars or pounds at $129 for the regulars, $179 if you want the noise cancellation on the regulars, $229 if you want the Pros, and $499 if you want the Maxes. And in rupees, that's about 13,000, 18,000, 25,000, or a crazy 60,000 rupees for the Maxes. Now you should know that the AirPod Pros and Max, which are the last two, are regularly discounted about 10 to 15% at least on Amazon and other websites, so they can be quite a bit cheaper than the list price. And the first 3, which are the in-ear AirPod models, are now more similar than ever. They all have the latest H2 chip, which enables most of the features like noise cancellation, adaptive audio, transparency mode, the nodding and shaking of your head to interact with the system, spatial audio, head tracking. Now apart from that, they all have the same 5 to 6 hours of listening time, which becomes the same roughly 30 hours if you add the battery in the case, which is, by the way, more than you'll ever need on one charge. And finally, they all have the same IP54 dust and sweat resistance for use in exercise and any other environment. Now what are some of the differences? The AirPods 4 obviously have an option with and without the noise cancellation, and the difference of price is about $40 a pound. The same feature is available on the AirPods Pro 2, but of course the quality of the noise cancellation is so much better in these, given that they have the silicone tips which make a seal when you put them into your ear. And finally, there's the AirPods Max, the over-ear headphones by Apple, which by the way have had the same design and features for almost 5 years. Now on the one hand, they look and sound great. They've become something of an iconic look with its premium brushed matte metallic design, great audio quality, and amazing look. But on the downside, inexplicably, they're still on the old H1 chip, which means they don't have any of the latest features around conversational awareness, shake your head to Siri, and all the computational audio that the H2 chip enables. In fact, Apple just updated its AirPods Max this year, and even after 5 years, it simply ignored that its most expensive $500 a pound headphones are still on 3-year-old technology. They just kind of totally ignored it, and all they did is change the port from Lightning to USB-C. Wow, okay, that makes things super clear, but also I have so many questions. Shoot. I mean, how are earphones where there's no seal in the ear because there's no silicone tips? I mean, there's actually noise and even air going in and out of your ear over and around the earbuds. How are they actually cancelling noise? It's actually kind of cool that Apple even offers this model and feature, dude. There's a small but very loyal customer base for the regular AirPods. There's so many people who don't like having silicone tips in their ear, and many people find them very uncomfortable to wear. I mean, I'm one of those for sure. It gives you great comfort, it sounds good, and you have full awareness of your surroundings, but is the noise cancellation any good? Okay, so the best way to describe it is kind of not noise cancellation, but background noise reduction. It's great in loud noise environments like planes and trains and in traffic. Okay, it sounds pretty useful, but do they really remove all the sound? I mean, look, I use the AirPods Pro 2 every day, and if we call their noise cancellation say 100, then the AirPods 4 are at about 40 or 50 maybe. Got it. But if you actually use the AirPods as your primary music and movie earphones when on the go, then I think you should definitely spend the extra $40 a pound or 4,000 rupees to get the ones with the noise cancellation. I think they totally justify the price. Is it just the noise cancellation, or are there any other differences? There are a few more. The case in the noise cancellation version gets a small speaker like the Pros, so they can chime when you're looking for them or when you're charging them, which is super useful. They also have wireless charging, which again is a good feature. Wow, so together with the noise cancellation, it seems like it's 40 quid well spent, yeah? I'd say. But bro, with this price point, around 180 pounds or dollars or 18,000 rupees, we're already pretty close to the AirPods Pro 2, which are also always discounted. So should people be kicking in a bit more and getting those instead? Look dude, I can't overstate how good the AirPod Pro Gen 2s are. I did a full long review and several shots on this, and in summary, the sound quality is significantly better with better audio drivers, better bass. The noise cancellation is so much better, especially if you come from even the old AirPod Pros. When I first took my pair out and put them in, I almost dropped my phone in surprise at the sudden silence. It's insane and you have to wear it to experience it. Okay, making a pretty compelling case, I see. Well, yeah, in my view, especially with the discounts on the AirPods Pro 2 nowadays, it's a no-brainer for anyone who cares about sound and music to buy them. Okay, right, so can we please talk about the AirPod Maxes, the ones you said are still rocking 3-year-old tech and Apple casually refuses to upgrade them at all? The AirPods Max, the beautiful mess of great looks, amazing sound, iconic design that is so recognizable, mixed with impractical material choices that make it almost 1.5 times as heavy compared to the Bose or the Sony, by the way. And they also become insanely high priced at $500 a pound without any of Apple's latest tech like the H2 chip or lossless audio. Let's not forget about the ridiculous looking smart case. It barely protects the earphones and looks like a cross between a handbag and a bra. And it doesn't have any battery or charging ability in it like the smaller AirPods. There's literally nothing smart about the smart case. But on the other hand, even though they are a few years old, they're still top of their class on sound quality and noise cancellation, man. Joshua Chang actually did a really good scientific test, and 3 years later it held up even versus the newest Bose headphones that were released this year. Yeah, for those who haven't tried them, it's a bit hard to explain just how good the sound is. It's clear and balanced and yet has the pump you want. The bass response is super boomy and clear and deeply satisfying. It just transports you into a different world when you're listening to them. Sounds like you'll definitely buy them again. Should I? Actually, that's a good time to ask more broadly. Which of these 4 earphones should anyone buy? Man, that's a hard question. Let's first talk about the bigger AirPods Max, because I'm guessing that you're either looking for a smaller in-ear pair or a bigger over-the-ear pair, so they're not really comparable. So, should you buy the AirPods Maxes with top-class sound and noise cancellation and still 3 to 4 years old technology in 2024 at $500+ a pound or a silly 60,000 rupees? I'm going to say, yeah. What? Yeah, I mean, I hate Apple for being so casual about these and refusing to add the H2 chip and lossless audio to make me feel like I'm not just paying top dollar for a 5-year-old product, but it's still worth it, dude, especially if you're on the Apple ecosystem and you have an iPhone or a Mac or an iPad. It's super convenient, it sounds amazing, and it's a full 100 more than the Bose Ultras. So I mean, they are a lot more expensive, but I'm still going to say it's worth it for Apple ecosystem users. They also look so much better than the Boses. Yeah, totally. I mean, people don't like to admit it as much, but over-ear headphones are a part of your getup. It does matter how it goes with your clothes and the slickness of the look, and the AirPod Maxes do look good, as long as we don't show anyone that bra-like case, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so what about the smaller AirPods? Look, that's simple. If you can afford it and you don't mind the silicone tips, get the AirPod Pro 2s every single time. Totally worth it, best money you'll spend. In fact, I keep telling people, stop upgrading your iPhone. They're all kind of the same nowadays, especially the iPhone 16. Instead, put that extra cash on things that matter, like your earphones. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Yeah, and if you don't like the silicone tips for some reason, then get the AirPod 4s with the noise cancellation. It's worth the extra $40 for the speaker and the wireless charging and the noise reduction, especially if you use them on the go. Got it. But I mean, first be really sure you don't want the silicone tips, because the AirPod Pro 2s sound so much better, like so much. Okay, but what if I don't like silicone in my ears? Well then, I don't know, get the AirPod Maxes, I guess, if you don't want to compromise on sound. Oh, and speaking of compromises, can we please talk about the iPhone 16? Okay, well that's not exactly the most inspirational phone upgrade of the decade now, is it? But there is a secret hidden in that phone, and let's talk about it. And if you want to join us, then we're going to leave a link right here. See you there.